the Buddha's first discourse, he identifies craving, tanha, as the cause of suffering, dukkha. He then identifies three objects of craving: the craving for existence, the craving for non existence, and the craving for sense pleasure. That's kama. Kama is identified as one of his five hindrances to the attainments of jhana according to the Buddha's teachings. Although the Sutta Pitaka, the Buddha often compares sexual pleasure to arrow or date. So, in the Kama Sutta for the Sutta Nipata, the Buddha explains that craving sexual pleasure is just a cause of suffering. He says if one longing for sexual pleasure achieves it, yes, he interrupted at hurt. The moral gets what he wants, but if it for the person longing desires, the pleasure diminish. He shattered as if shot with an arrow. The Buddha then goes on to say, so on, always mindful, should avoid sexual desires, letting them go. He will cross over the flood like one having bailed out. The boat has reached the far shore. The flood refers to the deliquy of human suffering. The far shore is Nivaran, a state in which there is no sexual desires. The meaning of the Kama Sutta is that sexual desires, like an habitual sense pleasure, bring suffering. To lay people, the Buddha advised that they should at least avoid sexual misconduct. From the Buddha's full-time discipline, the ordinance monk and nuns, strict celibacy had always been required. Not only this, there are, according to some Tibetan authorities, the physical practice of sexual yoga is necessary at the highest level for the attainments of Buddhahood. The cause of sexual yoga is highly regulated. It is only remitted after years of training. The physical practice of sexual yoga is and has historically been extremely rare. A great majority of Tibetans believe that the only proper practice of tantric sex is metaphorically, not physically. It rituals and during meditative visualizations. The Diamond Gilog sect of Tibetan Buddhism holds the sexual yoga as an actual physical practice in the only way to attain Buddhahood in one lifetime. The founder of the sect Tihongpa did not, according to tradition, engage their practice, had instead trained completely, intermitted to the comment of death. The being, according to this school, the nearest possible without sexual yoga. The school has taught that they are only appropriate for the most elegant practice, who had directly realized emphasis and who had usually strong compassion. The next largest school in Tibet, the Nyingma, should hold that this is not necessary to achieve Buddhahood in one lifetime. The 14th Dalai Lama of the Guek sect holds the practice should only be done as a visualization. So if you like the video, please do subscribe and please like it and share with your friends so that they should also know this type of information.